Nothing like plugging and unplugging things to make them work again. Hello, Skipper Stars. Yes, you are the first person here. I'm early. You're early. Apparently, Captain Kraken is also early. Yeah. I got my own hair in my mouth. Good morning, Kraken and everyone. Oh, what is this outfit? This is my Pokemon outfit for my video that I'm shooting later after stream. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wear it because it fits the stream motif of like furry little creatures. See if I can do this without ruining my hair. Or destroying my headset.
Chapter 3.
Hey. So, this is for the attempted like Pokemon series that I'm shooting for my YouTube. And I'm like, I'm already doing an animal theme today, why not? Hello, Liam Marshall, and welcome to the stream. Wow, there are a lot of people here this morning. But yeah, if you're wondering, I got this on Amazon. Surprisingly, it does fit. I have a pause on my hands.
Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table.
Actually.
Only the sound of silverware and chewing.
So how is everyone this morning? Yesterday I had work guys come by and the bug guy came and sprayed all the rooms. And I was supposed to have electricians come by today, but apparently that didn't happen. Neither did the pool guys. It's Flareon? Yeah, it's one of the Eevee evolutions, right? I don't know all of my Pokemon, but... yeah. So instead, I've got work guys coming by Friday. So, yeah. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. So that'll need to get delivered today in town. Okay. So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Also, yesterday, everything about the stream was breaking. My computer crashed. The stream didn't want to come back up. The games didn't want to relaunch. Apparently, they wanted to be repaired and stuff. So at that point, I was just like, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go have a nap, wait for the guys to get here and do their job, and then just, like, do nothing the rest of the day. So that was my yesterday when I tried to, like, stream early. Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town a bit. I've set the jam down by the front door. Also, did anyone see that apparently, I mean, I guess it's all anyone's talking about, is that ABU, or was it Rears? One of the, ABU or Rears is like raising their prices like $10 per packet of diapers. That's a lot of money for diapers. ABU is? Yeah, okay. I forgot which one it was. I briefly glanced at it on Reddit this morning while I was having my shower. It's like, ouch. Deliver jam. Another for Miss Fratelli at the diner. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that email. Okay, so deliver jams. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed? He said he wanted some more. I got my new order in before the price raise. Nice. See, I did the same thing with Tykables where I put in my subscription service right before they were going to, like, increase the subscription cost. Considering they're not, like, selling individual packets anymore so that they can send them to their subscribers. I just got my email earlier that like my diaper subscription is supposed to be coming next week. So that'll be awesome. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's the guy that's trying to sleep with our grandma. Just make sure Fratelli and Deliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now while the day is still young. I mean, We always leave the water running and the fridge open. Oh, is she gonna turn the water off? Nope. I hate that it went up. You're such a menace. Look, all right. I do this in my real life too. Like when I'm doing the dishes or like mopping the floor, I just leave the water in the sink running so that it's always hot and I can just be like, "Oh, okay, do this, do that." Because I like to pour hot I'll boil water to put it like for cleaning the toilets and everything. Also, I feel like it's such BS that I, who doesn't even use the bathrooms in this house, have to clean them. Why is this my responsibility? But yeah, it sucks that it went up. I don't really buy from ABU, although I do have a packet of Little Kings. I tend to wear Tykables more, but everything is going up. I just hope that it's actually like from tariffs and not just these companies trying to make more money. But it's hard to know sometimes. As long as they come down is the important part. Very well, we can meet tonight. Okay, Gran is like super secret. Probably a bit of both. Yeah. After all, who doesn't want to get to make more money if you own a company? I mean, it would be hard not to, right? I mean, it's your bottom line is to be able to stay open and put money into your own bank account. Anyway. Oh yeah, I don't really talk about this much, but as far as like diapers go, today we're just wearing a Tykables camis. So sorry about yesterday. Rocks can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the house, the old Valentine house? So what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone there. A man tried to kill me. Who was that? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. See, just like on the History Channel. Ancient aliens. Aliens. I love that guy. He's just so insane. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo. I've got to deliver these. Look, everyone here is an animal creature, so it's just a weird animal. Oh, it's a whole thing. Sounds like a whole thing. He looks like the kind of kid that would like be like, can I eat a jar of the jam all by myself? Meet me at the treehouse tonight. Although, to be fair, I have eaten a jar of peanut butter all by myself, and whilst delicious, it made me sick. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Oh, what was it? It reminds me of Buzz Lightyear. Oh. Little space. Yeah. Oh wait, can I give the sleeping guy some jam? You can tell those jerks it doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up. I ain't moving. Okay. Just enjoy the sleep. Oh yeah, and since I've got 2 trees outside in the backyard that like are basically slightly longer than like my arm's wingspan apart, I was thinking about getting one of those little jumpers. I say little. Those large adult-sized jumpers that you can like bounce around in and like put them up there, since I wouldn't have to have a frame for it. Anger from the past, mistakes not yet made. Little space in my puppy bed. Aw, Liam Marshall, that's so nice. You carried him in equal parts. I guess you're having a day off then, with nothing else going on, except just enjoying your time. Nope, nope, go back. Do you have like one of those, like full-sized puppy beds? It's like designed for you to like get to lay in. Yeah. Hey, Kato. Good afternoon, Luca. Can I help you find something? Maybe, maybe not. Try me. There's some weird stuff going on in that old Valentine house. Can't say I know anything about the old warehouse. But empty hives don't stay empty for long. If it's a Dalmatian one, because I'm a Dalmatian puppy. Aww.
Kato motioned to the book in front of him.
Just don't leak in your puppy bed. Don't be like Hippie, who does this every stream. The more I read about bees, the more similarities I see with people. If a hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. A new queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So you're saying it would make sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature abhors a vacuum. Yep. That's why, you know. Hey, Jace. I'm still waiting for a close-up of, like, the weird tiger boy here, but it hasn't given it to us. Have you seen this new issue of Hank Atomic? Not yet. No spoilers. It's awesome. It's a flashback. No spoilers. How mild-mannered Henry Adams becomes Hank Atomic, man of space justice. Jace, no spoilers. Oh, sorry. Reminds me of that one guy in the Arctic who was, like, spoiling every book. What, sweetheart? Where you wolf at? Roger that, Space Cadet.
Mycological phosphor.
Oh, wait. We already looked at these. Nope. More like yeah, complete disinterest. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, you seem chipper. How's your grandma? Is she still single? Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's nice.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today.
Luca handed the jam to Mr. Nuncreed, and he nestled it with both hands.
He's the kind of guy who would, like, lick the top of the jar of the jam because Nan grabbed it. Well, I'll just have to finish this batch off quicker than normal. You tell her to go ahead. I knew it, see? You tell her to go ahead and get started on my next order. Okay. Weird dog guy who eats copious amounts of jam just so he can talk to our grandmother. Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat.
Heiress Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice. That's the front page of this morning's paper was consumed by stories about this silly festival. Well, yes. That is the news of the day. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. Yeah, I put up this tent in the park and no one talked about it. And then we called it a museum. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in the town's future. I love your bottle. You do? Yeah, it's the, And my long guys are here, so you may hear the dog crying. Yeah, it's the, Little Love Co. sippy cup. Which I just got in, like, last week. It's 28 ounces, so... Works well. And it actually doesn't spill. It took over 6 months to get here because I ordered it back in November of last year. Oh, wait, no, October. I always say November. It was ordered in October. There was time, Mr. Wilder. When the goings-on of my family was the only thing in this town cared about. Well, things change. And you know change is dangerous. If you finish that thought, I'll make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. Ouch. Good day, Miss Valentine.
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day. Okay. Just threatened to punch a guy's monocle in because he didn't write about you in the paper. Who does she think she is? Elon Musk? Nope, can't give food to him. The controls are a little janky. Nope. Stop it. I keep hitting Y, and all that does is, like, open up my time travel ability. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do they keep somewhere cold? Yeah, look, Bert. Do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Sounds like your average. Find a way to kick a melon. Oh, I got an achievement for because I have my hands full. I kicked the melon instead of.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Oh, guy's polishing his knob. Hello? Yeah.
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Oh, look, he's got sweat on his head. He's nervous about something. Ah, no bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
If you make me drop an apple again, I'll kill you. I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, the ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes. The jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me. Oh, Gran's smuggling drugs through the town.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post-haste. Okay. I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. Who isn't sleeping with our grandma at this point? We go into the museum again? Nope, it's the same thing. Okay. Don't knock the hustle. No, it's a great way to get repeat customers, you know? Look, if they gotta get this jam delivered. Delivered to who? How do I open? Deliver jam to Miss Fratelli. Yeah, if everyone's in love with your grandma and they all want to buy her jam, I mean, I guess things could be worse. At least she's making business. Hey, Dawn. Yawn. Oh, I just love the little bat. Look how cute she is. They got you on jam delivery, eh? Yep. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. Oh, they're talking about the little black cat. But get this. One of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest. The other is working for Eris Valentine. So what? One works for the old family and the other one works for the new megacorp. And the Valentines represent Beacon's Pine past, and Harvest positioned itself, I almost couldn't read that, as this town's future. That no one's actually used the soundbite thing. That startled me. I'm like, what the fuck is that in the game? Congratulations, someone's discovered that we've got sound bites. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. Last Chance Diner. That doesn't sound like a great place. Guy kind of reminds me of Eeyore. If I could just be left alone, Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sorry to bother you. Okay. It's just that. Ah, yes, leave me alone, and then I talk while you walk away. Mr. Kerr asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. Generally, yeah. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. It's okay, you can just have some of my Grand's jam, and it'll perk you right up. Yes, I'm normal and can be trusted with sounds. But you can't be trusted with certain other things, like, you know, when we go to take our break. I don't really think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking. That reminds me, I should always I need to put the Discord on, like, my Twitch page. That way people can also join it. That's not relevant. How is that not relevant, hippie? It's literally a trust exercise. Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. It's absolutely relevant for our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. Okay, but you didn't need to call me out. Need to? Maybe. We could take a vote on it. I'm pretty sure everyone would agree that it needed to be. Besides, it's not like you're the only one. It just happens more frequently to you than the rest of us. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. I want your brownies. Did I make brownies? Or did I post a photo of brownies recently? I don't stay up to date with my own Blue Sky or Mastodon enough to remember what I posted. I probably did post brownies at some point. I don't know if I posted the apple pie I made like last week or so. Today, actually, was it today or tomorrow, I'm making a pound cake. So I may or may not be recording a YouTube video of me baking pound cakes.
She leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
Doing a bit of diaper cooking is always a favorite hobby of mine, especially when it comes to like little desserts. You're all skin and bones. This is actually a phrase that's never been said to me. Is your Gran not feeding you? She is, it's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. Aww. See that picture over there? You made a peach pie. Yeah, okay. If the peach pie was the last thing that I posted, I did make an apple pie, which I think I have that saved in like my ABDL Telegram group chat, so I'll post that later. Oh wait, no, I did post the peach pie. Oh my god, I can't remember what I've cooked, like recently. Shows how much I know about my own social media. So cute, running around in your little apron, taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened to Eleanor? Aw, break. They look delicious. They are delicious, and they were delicious. I actually ended up making some homemade cinnamon sugar whipped cream to go with the peach pie. If you use a quart of whole cream and a 1 ounce shot of vodka in the whipped cream that you're making, if you put it in the freezer, it won't freeze completely. So it'll be like nice and soft no matter when you go to eat the whipped cream on the pie. And you can always add a little bit more vodka depending on how soft you want it. Also, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, Liam Marshall. I always forget to remind people to follow too. But yeah, adding vodka to whipped cream is the same as adding vodka to ice cream, which is also what I do to keep it soft. I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere yearning to be with you. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
The signs of an alcoholic. I am not an alcoholic. Hippie, I can't even drink more than 2 drinks without getting drunk instantly. Oh, yeah, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
If I was an alcoholic, I'd be able to, like, down booze without any issue. As it is, if I have, what was it? Basically 4 shots of sake, which is equivalent to, like, 1 glass of wine, I can already feel myself getting toasted. Looks like I'm your last delivery. I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see Juniper. You tell your grand hello for me, Luca. Will do. Deliver jam to Miss Fratelli. Oh, can't go in the back. Does she have any knives behind the counter I can have? I remember your sake stream you folded so quickly. Look!
Luca squinted at
That
the
was
faded
one
photo of
small
him in his
carafe
mouth
of
at the diner.
sake, okay? It was just to prove a point. Everyone else was drinking and I wanted to have fun with it. It's the same
Memories
thing.
of that day came flooding back.
Although the sake was so good. It's a cheap sake that you can get anywhere, but like if you warm it up just a little bit to like 112, it's just perfect. And it warms you up. Oh, flashback. Oh, whoa, look at all the people. And this woman is still pregnant with a child. Our horns are smaller. Can't talk to the pregnant lady. This is a weird guy. Alligator. I'm ready to help, Mama. All right, little buckaroo. It's up to us to feed those folks while Mrs. Fratelli is away. I gotta deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Also, it means I'm a really cheap date. So, like, you know, don't have to, like, buy multiple drinks to get me drunk. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, ma'am. Are you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. My father had me hustling when I was your age, too. Father always says, children are to be sails, pulling a family ever forward. Well, there's no music. I guess the music just like cuts off in the fucking middle of the game. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always make time to have lunch together
Luca
once a month.
glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Oh no, it turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Oh. The silver lining is without him around, I can have my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts with a top pile of sloppy chili. Do you eat cold cuts topped with sloppy chili? I don't know that I want anything like that with chili. I feel like you wouldn't taste anything but the chili. It'd be like putting ham in chili. You wouldn't know it's there. Whatever. Chill, tender, succulent. What the heck? Actual psychopath meal? I think this is a... So I have a choice of giving him what he wants, which is ham. We could give him a burger with his thing, or chicken nuggets. I mean, I have to choose the chicken nuggets, right? I might lose the game. Fuck it. Chicken nuggets with chili, chicken nuggets with cactus, chicken nuggets with lettuce. Oh, I can't go back. Chicken nuggets and chili. Delicious. Here you go. That isn't quite right. Remember a nice stack of cold cuts. Alright, I've got to try again. Fine. Chill. Chili. Here you are. I'm actually making hot dogs for dinner tonight. So maybe I'll make chili and make some chili dogs. Is it chili if you put beans in it, Hippie, or is it not? Ah, My chair is stuck. That's the problem with having a short desk. The hot and cold. Cold cuts with chili. Looks like we're missing a few things. Beans make the chili. I know some people that would disagree with that thought. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay. Can I go into the back now? Nope. Okay, I guess I have to leave. I can't time travel forever. Up, there's the little black cat. But yeah, I like beans and chili. I personally enjoy like that they add something to it. Now I do know people that put shrimp in chili, which I'm a little on the fence about because you can't even tell it's shrimp at that point. Like what does the shrimp add to the chili? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple? Why? How old are you? 12. Oh, I wish I was 12 again. Actually, I don't wish I was 12 again. I was an ugly little fucker when I was 12. And I had a military crew cut. God, imagine you're forcing your 12-year-old to basically have that for life. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? I had goat chili once. Goat chili would be good. See, this is how kids make friends. Just come with me. Oh, I forgot. It's the lesbian couple. I guess they're lesbian mice? Yeah, because they both have rounded ears. Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Wait, so two mice have an adopted little cat for a child? I feel like that's a bad idea. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, what's your new little friend's
Beth
name?
Locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie. This is Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. My parents never gave a shit if I had friends or not. They were just like, yeah, as long as you stay out of the way, don't get in trouble, and continue going to church with us and do whatever we tell you, you'll be fine. Oh, darling. I think mine just gave up on finding me friends. That's what a lot of parents do. I mean, they don't really care if you really have friends. Usually they just want you to do something other than bother them. So me sitting on the internet playing games all day worked out well. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. I feel like we're being targeted here. Because, sitting here in a onesie and this, and yeah. Maybe that's true. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that we just want this to move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for celebration. Luca, you have to join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him. He said he would love to. What? Wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. Nice. Just like instantaneously volunteered by someone else. Also, I had to check my phone. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Okay, cool. Well, the black cat apparently has lesbian parents. That's nice. Also, I'm already yawning, and it's only been streaming for like 30 minutes. I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. Yeah. So, did you have like any close friends growing up, Hippie? Like any ones that like you'd have like a sleepover with and stuff? I only ever had like one friend that I did that with, and it was like not really a friend because I was temporarily forced into the homeschool band that my mom thought would be fun for me to be in, which I hated. And it was like, oh, we'll just let our homeschool kids who have band on the same day sleep over together. It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or not because we're homeschooled. And I didn't really like the kid. He was kind of an asshole. What did you play? I played piano. I played drum. Just one drum, like the drum that keeps beat. And I played clarinet. I was actually very good at playing clarinet and piano. I ended up like, it's not a high accomplishment, but I was first chair. Yes, I was the nerd. I was first chair nerd of clarinetting. Thankfully, I dropped out of that after like 4 months, after begging my parents that I hated it. My moms are great and all. And then I didn't have to see that kid ever again. And he never spent the night at my house more than like twice. I did guitar. Let me guess, you played bass? Bass guitar? Or the banjo? I like to think you played the banjo instead. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much. Our house is the little cottage next to the big mansion. I've played a banjo once. Nice. Wait, you live on Valentine Estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one on this whole friend gift. Great. See you there. Banjo gets a lot of hate. It does make some good music. Did you ever play the ukulele? At least it's a fun instrument. Nope, stop. I don't want to go back in time. I want to go talk to the cool kids who are like hang out on the diner. Book nerd. Okay, lesbian girls don't have anything to say. Pregnant lady. Sharp Valentine, founder of Beacon Pines. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Yes. Indulgent. Nice. Oh, it's this guy who looks like I guess he's a handyman of some sort. It's that or he's like a drug addict. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. I'm one more foot in the grave. The festival's coming up. The festival. Old man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine Company and this new Perennial Harvest
dug through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But both of those are garbage. Exactly. I mean, technically you can eat the banana peel, like if you really try. It is also high in potassium. Oh wait, can we go to the creepy old place? Oh, there's the weirdo. Ho there, little buddy. What brings you to this neck of the woods? At least they gave him like a good creepy look. Oh, I was just wandering around a bit. Wandering? How wonderful. Do you want to wander into my white windowless panel van? Children and their wonderful wandering. Oh, to be young. Anyways, I can't let you pass just now. Top secret business that-a-way.
Mr. Kerr winked with a wry smile.
I'm just yanking your chain. Perennial Harvest is making a few
He
improvements.
gave Luca an energetic thump on the shoulder.
Better head home now. Our harvest awaits. Okay. I mean, we already know he's the bad guy. Or one of them. Meet Beck at the big creepy gate. So, who all lives in that house? Eris, Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in back a few years. The creepy little kid in the vest? Sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in that place. Yep. Tons of kids go missing. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring. Yep. We should break in and like steal all their stuff. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this. Yeah, it'd be weird. It's like you suddenly move to this place and everyone's like, and then the blight came and everyone died. I guess that technically be like the Black Plague. And you all use the same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got fouled up. We can't keep my parents waiting. This way. Nice. Aww. They live in this tiny little shack connected to this huge mansion. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. We should... Why are you still here? Because I'm single and you're a cute girl, obviously. You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simple as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. At least it's a nice reprieve from having to constantly read everything. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Yeah, my parents are missing. Dad was killed. My mom ran away. Usual kid stuff. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's all right. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant. Oh, dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. I think you have to be missing for like a couple years to be legally declared dead in the U.S. I don't know. Like missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Now I'm the depressed kid making everyone sad. Normally, we'd have to put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in. And Beck mentioned that it was your favorite. I know our first meal when we finally got into our new house was cold cut sandwiches and ramen. Like good old packaged ramen. It was like our first meal after we got into this house. It was like, good stuff. Because everything was still in boxes. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Nice. Oh, look how sad we are. We're like got tears in our little deer boy eyes. Like deer fox eyes. I'm sorry, Luca. This move has been a little
Luca
tired.
wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said you moved here for work.
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Ah! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. Oh, okay, so she's helping them make, like, the evil sludge. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her the newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it... I think Beck got a tinge of the tism. It's okay. I think Rolo also has it, so he can rism with the tism as well. I'm just happy that I can make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground. Besides, everyone's got a little bit of the crazy, it seems like, here. Considering there's, like, literally a psychopath who's, like, kidnapping kids living, like, next door to us.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means is, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow loved ones to pursue their dreams. You swore you
Beck
didn't.
Slammed her fist into the table.
Oh.
Perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo. Yeah, I was gonna say, now's a good time to dip out.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
What's an almanac? I actually... What the fuck? What is an almanac? I've heard it in reference to farming, but other than that, I don't know what it is. Thank you for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. Oh, she flipped a coin. Oh, nice. I'll walk you home. It's okay if she's got the tism, because she does in fact like us.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble or break. If the skies rumble, it's gonna rain, but if we choose break, we'll at least like get to walk home together. Oh, we'll walk home with her.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Perfect time for a young childhood romance. It's a book that tells you everything that's gonna happen in a year. What the fuck? So what? It's like an extended weather report in book form, basically? For over a year? Dude, the weather can't even get it right for like a week. I don't know how a book would last for a year. Sure, you can meet Rolo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him about...
Luca stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promised you'd tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. Man, I'm like super burpy today. If there's a juicy secret you gotta tell me, it was better than nothing before we had instant communication. Okay, that's probably true. We think this will happen in a year, and then just write a whole book about it. You can come to the treehouse, and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah.
Lucas saw Beck skulking by the gate.
I don't know why I'm so tired this morning. It would also tell you when to plant your crops and stuff. So it was like a farmer's guidebook, basically, I guess, is what an almanac is. I don't know. So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. Okay. I mean, I'm choosing to believe you, hipster, because I'm too lazy to look this up, whether or not it's true. But it makes sense. Although I thought most farmers couldn't read, at least back in the day. If this was like as far back as I'm thinking it is. It's a big spiked gate. Looming mansion. Rich, reclusive owners. It even smells shady. No, it just smells old, probably.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Why is she so sad all of a sudden? What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. It's the Valentine guy. It's the creepy guy in a suit that tried to murder us. Farmers were rich. The farm workers, on the other hand, not so much. What? Then why do them farmers like always complain about being poor generationally if they were rich? Also, like, every gay farming romance novel I've ever read always has the farmers be poor, so I guess I just assume they were always poor. Who's that she's talking to? I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned. There's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. So I guess they're allied with like the Giga Corporation that's trying to poison the water supply. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Okay, so she likes to get into trouble. Proper shady stuff. Reminds me of the Breaking Bad reference in what's the movie that they came out with recently with all the animals? It's got the cute little like overweight cheetah at the desk. Fuck. It's got Officer Hops in it. What's it called? Zootopia. Yeah, exactly. Reminds me of the sheep that from Zootopia who was like basically the Breaking Bad reference. And the guy wearing the suit. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? You were almost kidnapped and you didn't tell anyone? Well, I mean, you know, you don't want to go spreading rumors. I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. I'm getting like the fuzzy little things on my face. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see this look on the Rube Kerr's face. The truth will come to light. I'm surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. Yeah, we don't care if innocent people die. We're a rich corporation. There's one thing I learned. It's that change is painful. I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. Exactly. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Oh my god, is it our mom? It's Grandma! Wow, our grandma literally murdered us and, like, was our first death. Okay, great.
A chill ran down Lucas' spine. His vision blurred.
I was right. Grandma was a fucking drug dealer. That's why she was like, I'm having you deliver the special jam to these people, honey. And it's like, fucking, I knew Grandma was a fucking drug dealer. His vision blurred. Good morning, Thundergon, and welcome back. How are you today? Hopefully the stream doesn't crash like yesterday where everything was like breaking.
Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
I can't believe our Grand murdered us in our first death in this game. Like, oh well, I guess it's not all love for family. That's good, Thundergon. You ready for the coming weekend? It's finally almost here. It's already
Chapter
Wednesday.
5. What big ears you have. Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Well, my grandmother did attempt to murder me, and I had to fight her to get away, but you know. Why were you so scared of the old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. Yep. That was your gran? Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Oh, there's a glowing thing here now. Oh, I can't go into the creepy dark woods at night as children. It's all the fucking, raccoon guys. There's nothing to worry about. Of course we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his
all
name
those
so
evil
hard
twinks.
the pen nearly snapped.
What, you mean the raccoons? I don't know that I'd consider the raccoon dudes to be twinks. I think they're a little old for that. That's definitely not twinkish face material. Also, like, all their hair is held down by their uniform, so I imagine they're, like, much puffier underneath the suit. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
No, we went over, like, who what was the other day. We didn't go over who these people are, for the record. These are just, like, creepy raccoons. Hey, do you want to tell us about the creepy raccoons? Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give him a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me just to keep away from the clipboards. That's good. Your Gran is a smart lady. She's also single, Luca. Single and lonely. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Oh, it's the lesbian, like, high school chicks. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the Perennial Harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. Ooh, I bet the little Batgirl's awake now. Oh, she's not there. You can't go to the diner. Go into the creepy perennial harvest building? No. What do you weirdos have to say?
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together. Couldn't have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
Alright, creepy hyena guy and like the poor like beaten dog. I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yeah, she's been indisposed as of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of importance to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. Alright, so like the new corporation wants to displace the old family or something like that, and like they want to fight back. Using Grand's drugs as like a weapon. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr lopped his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean, the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. William, why are you doing all this? 'Cause I'm evil. Gosh, I never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival, all of this. There's got to be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Oh, we needed a place to do like our Nestle style like chemical dumping. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in Beacon Pine and helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agricultural business? Seeds. Seeds? So they're like Monsanto's, so they're like an evil seed corporation. Yup, little bundles of
With a glimmer
potential.
in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Absolutely. Oh, undoubtedly, not absolutely. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Alright. Evil, creepy old dude. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, treehouse is just a little further from here. What's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo, he's Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I just never thought about it. Lots of energy, kind of dumb. He's funny, not when he's trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharp Valentine or used as fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharp's Valentine suddenly died. Alright, he was assassinated. And something changed. Changed? How? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was the water, air, soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed Valentine's. The foul harvest. Yep. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. The next year, the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot about what happens. So it, like, poison the land? Nope. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon's Pine Reborn Initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. I don't know how you would do that. I guess you'd have to like filter all of the water for the town all at once.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
Oh, nice.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait.
Tickle, junk, pull, smack, cling.
Luca stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway. Luca wrapped some tape around the... Hey, you never know.
Okay. What else?
Luca tied a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
Okay, the magnet might actually catch something interesting. Give it a good cast now. Easy there, buckaroo. You don't know your own strength. Go pick your bait from the tackle box. Okay.
Luca tied a shoestring. What fish could resist a nice shoe?
No.
Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook. Good for skimming the surface. Luca tied a small magnet, fishing with the law.
I know I asked this on Discord, but I'd like to know from Twitch. Wait, what are you talking about, Thundergon? Would any littles over... Oh, would you wear... What would you wear to Easter? Oh, okay. So we asked, would any littles over on Twitch, would you wear a shirt and diaper or full clothes when you go out and find candy for Easter? Where do you think the key to the lock is? Now, why would we want to find that? Because then we would know the secret. That's no fun. The second we know what it unlocks, it just becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Way to go, Dad. Way to keep on your toes. Okay, that's probably all there is to this. So I went to that Easter munch I was telling you about, and I did the egg hunt in a onesie. Okay. Hippie, did you take any photos? You should have at least took a photo of yourself in your onesie and show off. I do not have, like... It probably doesn't help I'm not on a whole bunch of, like, sites and stuff, but we don't have any, like, munches or anything around where I live. But it sounds like you had a good time, at least, I hope. Did you find a lot of candy? Who's the new kid? No, I forgot to take photos. Well, you could still take photos of your onesie at the house. It's just, you should have always take pictures, because you like to have those memories. Taking pictures is fun. Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I found so much candy. Was any of it actually good candy, or was it all, like, cheap candy? I say that as, like, you know, like the ones that are, like, the little bottles of wax that, like, have flavoring in them as bad candy. Demolished it in all, like, 3 days.
Rolo waggled his head with pride.
That sounds unhealthy. That sounds unhealthy. At least you had a good time then. And plenty of candy. Did you make any new friends, or were there like other ABDLs there that you already knew that you were hanging out with? Oh, I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Also, I just realized I need to check my... Okay, the camera still has 80% battery before I forget. Some people I already knew were there and met some new people. Okay, that's always good. It's always great to actually get to, like, see others. I can count on one hand the amount of real-life ABDLs that I've met. 2 of them I changed, and then they ghosted me. One I had, like, lunch with, but he was really creepy about it, about, like, the whole ordeal. And then 2 of them became, like, my real friends. Let me lock this baby down for a little test inflation. Can't be too safe these days. Okay, the car door for a door is actually a good idea because you can put the window up. Jesus. He goes all out, doesn't he? Oh, yeah, he's a real engineer, apparently. So I guess if you weren't there in a onesie, it was just like an open munch event then, huh? Where it was like it didn't matter what you showed up in. Lavish. Oh, I want to shoot the target. Nice. Yeah, it was at the dungeon in the middle of nowhere, so we could wear whatever. Okay. Skill issue. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? How was the weather? Hopefully it wasn't too hot over there, because if you had done it like here, in the middle of nowhere, you'd end up cooking. There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. Oh, it reminds me of the Little Rascals when they like try to buy their wood, and it's like, what can this get me? And then they dump out like a whole, I'm gonna sound so old. They dump out like a huge jar of like pennies and stuff, and they just like hand him one piece of wood. It was a little bit rainy, but not too bad. Okay. At least it wasn't floody or like thunderstormy then. Pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative. I don't know why I'm so sleepy today. I slept fine. It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are you sure we can trust the new recruit? Nope. I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, Luca, you promised to fill me in on Valentine Warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
Like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. Yeah, when your grand tried to, like, kill you and put you basically into, like, a wood chipper. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let me go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. Grandma is working with the Valentines. On our way back here, Beck and I saw Eris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing some sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. Thunder says, how are those ABDL dungeons? Because I've never been to them, but I'm learning about them now and I want to go check them out. I'm also curious about them. Because there is one that is in, I believe it's in Dallas or just outside of Dallas, Texas, which is only a couple hours away from me. And I do know that the dungeon does have their own like ABDL diaper night. My only issue with going to a sex dungeon for that kind of a thing is I don't want people to assume I'm there for like a relationship or for like play. Otherwise, I'd probably totally go with it with my friends. One of them is single, the other one is married, so it'd be okay for the single guy. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. No, that's not a logical conclusion. And their leader is your gran. And she tried to murder you. That is probably logical. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it could have been my gran at the warehouse. It couldn't. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. Oh. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe? Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. Hippie says he doesn't think most people are there for relationships. It's just that most are just want to hang. Okay. I am browsing. Your Gran. Okay. Well, regardless, it generally doesn't send a good message to, like, for someone married to go there by themselves without their spouse to hang out. At least that might be my opinion. That also could be because I'm a fucking shut-in. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It'd been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up? That's not your grandma, that's your mom. Like, super aged up or something.
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. That's true. And plus, her family does work for, like, the evil Giga Corporation. I'm trying to see where, like, my active runtime is. Hang on. Okay, an hour 30. I really need to, like, get a clock in this room that I can, like, glance up at so I know when to take a fucking break. But you're right. Also because I'm, like, almost out of water. And my own hair is getting in my face. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. She is. And Paul always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. What is the saying? Women all want to be archaeologists because they love to dig up the past. If my gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. Yeah, I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Nice.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Oh, we're wearing a different shirt. Nice. We finally changed our clothing. Like, oh, nope. We put the old same shirt back on. Hang on. Change your clothing. It'd be like if you wore the same onesie every single day for, like, years. Are there any secrets? No. Changing's overrated anyways. Only you think that, hippie. And I can only imagine for a myriad of reasons.
Just some dusty knickknacks.
Oh, the water's still running. Can we... Just like letting whoever's at the door bang on it. Hey, it's the trio. Rolo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous... Oh, that's a, that's the Sherlock hat, isn't it? That's the hat that Sherlock Holmes wears. So it's like they got the little flappy bits for your ears. The Russians like to wear them when they're, like, fur-lined. Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Ouch. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. And when I blow your gran away. The coast is clear. Yeah, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes.
So obviously it's in our parents' room. If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? In a suspicious chest in the closet that says, like, ABDL stuff. Oh no, that's just me. Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rolo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit him.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows to trust their first hunch. Oh, not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. It's like the fighter pilot training where they have to teach you to trust your instruments and not your gut feeling. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat. It may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere your gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice. It's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I, as a skill, actually know how to pick locks, funnily enough. And I have a very nice, like, proper, like, lock picking set kit that I keep with me in my purse. And the one time that I actually locked myself out of the house, I did in fact have to pick the lock to my own door to get into my house. I still remember when my parents learned that I was learning to pick locks as a kid, and they're like, when are you ever going to need this? I'm like, I don't know. So, I don't know. But it did come in handy multiple times growing up. I remember we had like a little fire safe that my parents kept important documents in, and they lost the keys to it, and they're like, okay, well, Dad was gonna like jimmy the lock, and just to prove that I could do it, I picked the lock because it was a cheap little Walmart safe, so it only had like 4 pins in it that you had to like get set before it would turn. So it wasn't hard, but it was just to prove a point that I could do it. And then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? Lots of people. Drug dealers and stuff. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All 3 kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Also, most like house doors don't need to have their locks picked. I mean, you can basically just like slip a piece of string over the latch and pull it and it'll open. Unless it has a deadbolt at the top. Alright, Rolo, it's your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Finish, Lucas scrambled up Rolo's back.
True friendship. This isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still.
The 3 crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
So if you were locked in a onesie, would you unlock it? Probably. I don't know. It depends, I guess. Because if, like, I can't... I don't have, like, the skill to be able to lockpick something if I can't see my hands or what I'm doing. Like, I'm not going to be able to instinctively know that, like, which way the pins are pointed. So, like, I guess if you bound my hands behind my back, I wouldn't be able to pick the lock. I'm not, like, a super secret agent or something. I know basic lockpicking. But I guess if the point of the play is to, like, be locked in a onesie, then no, I wouldn't unlock it. Also, I'd have to have something to do it with. I couldn't just, like, lockpick out my way out of it with nothing. Well, that was anticlimactic. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh, hey. Let me just yank on this random teacup and...
on one of the teacups. It slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Jesus, how would you not notice this? It's like... Dude, only 2 types of people have secret layers. Exactly. Also, I need to take, like, these socks off because I can't put my feet up on the desk without, like, sliding. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which do you think she is? We're about to find out. Ugh. Unless Grant's, like, trying to find out the secret to, like, the weird thing. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspirator vibe. They all left town for the decontamination, so it was probably then. That makes too much sense, hipster. No, I chose to think that Gran had to, like, have this done in the middle of the night while we were fucking sleeping. And, like, every night she'd put it back and clean it up. We'll go true full-on conspiracy vibes. We'll put our thinking cap on. Also, I have the air conditioner on, so I'm actually getting cold. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. It's like this little thing is like everywhere. Nah. Meh. Just ask, not as a kink thing, but more of a skill question. Look, I could... Thunder,
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked.
I could, if having the opportunity to, could lockpick my way out of a locked onesie and unlock myself. So yes, I could. It wouldn't be an impossibility. If my hands were tied behind me, unlikely,
Walter.
but not a 0 probability. It would depend on, like, how strong the lock is. Because if it's a cheapo lock, then it's pretty easy to just break through. And when I say break, I don't mean break the lock itself. I mean just, like, pop it without any excess tools.
For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What do we got here? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. They knew that Dad was poisoned by Grandma. Your dad was a doctor?
And caressed the label with his thumb.
Are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages.
This is a master lock. It can be opened with a master lock. Yeah. Oh, isn't that the lock-picking lawyer? What a great guy. I forget, someone was, like, talking about him, and he's like, yeah, he's basically a savant at something, just naturally. And then after he did it, he just became even better, which is why he can pick most anything.
He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. So he's just, like, flipping through these documents without reading them, just to look like he's looking at them. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits are. I had no idea we were in the presence of a permanent. It's preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
And here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Right, malaise? Yeah. Not malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscle pains and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days ago. Okay, so this is when the town starts getting poisoned. The Monsanto Corporation that moved in and started poisoning the water supply. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbles in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. It's just like Nestle after they moved into that one town. Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to his report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something
Rollo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's conditions follows behind. Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say
Lola
next?
rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be
Luca
more.
frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit. Man, for a little kid, we certainly swear a lot.
Luca slammed the drawer shut.
I was not allowed to swear as a kid. You'd either get spanked or you'd get soap in your mouth for swearing. As is deserved. Because God abhors swearing.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, sure. Well, she sure kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she just tracked down the movement of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. Yeah, so we don't get lost. She put little symbols by some of them. Mr. Nuncreeds has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside of a big circle. My moms are both on here. I just started swearing one day and they just rolled with it. I started swearing at like 10 or 11. Learned my lesson by constantly getting in trouble every time I swore. And then when the moment I turned 18 and moved out, I basically just like went back to swearing. And now it's just part of my regular vernacular. My poor husband had to get so used to it whenever we would be like out when we were first dating and I'd suddenly just like swear while we were walking through like the grocery store or at the mall. And he'd be like, what the? Anyway. I don't know how much swearing on stream before it is like, it becomes not okay. So I'm like, I try to edit myself on stream so I don't swear as much. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer's chosen her next victim. No. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Exactly. Also, I gotta take my thumbs out of this thing. I'm so sleepy today. Fuck, I might just end stream early. Rather than be like 4 hours just... What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired. Maybe it's because I was out in the... So, like, I have woods behind my house, and I cut the grass in the woods. That way I can walk back there without any pants on and not have to worry about my legs getting cut up. So maybe it's because I was doing that yesterday, and I'm still tired from it. Barrels marked caution explosives. Gran's a terrorist. She's the Bay City bomber. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed a whole town. See, I knew Gran was giving away drugs. But only it's not drugs. Instead, they're like jars of explosives. What kind of incendiary jam is your Gran making? See, Rolo gets it. Incendiary. We shouldn't have made a... She wouldn't have made me walk around town delivering bombs. Oh, no, she totally would. Right? Only one way to find out.
Casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Oh my god, imagine dipping your... I think... What was it? Not liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen. Yeah, if you dip your finger in liquid nitrogen, it'll freeze. What's the stuff that explodes? They put it in dynamite. Yeah, nitroglycerin. I think if you were to act... Like nitroglycerin is so volatile. I think if you actually were to stick your finger in it, it would just combust, like, on its own. Because I know if you, like, shake it or drop it, it can go off. That was why the whole point of, like, the invention of dynamite was so amazing, as well as, like, C4, was because it was a stable way to move nitroglycerin. I keep wanting to say neosporin. I'm like, neosporin's the stuff I put on my wounds. That's not what it is.
He smacked his lips.
Huckleberries. A hint of brown sugar. And ink. Nitroglycerin is also a medicine? What? How is nitroglycerin a medicine? Wouldn't it, like, be toxic for your body? It helps your heart. Aside from exploding your heart, I'm trying to think of how nitroglycerin would help your heart. I don't know why, but I'm not a doctor, so why am I trying to overthink it? It helps your heart. It really puts a pep in its step. What?
Rolo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rolo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
Ew. It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. A Grand Jam Gran? A Grand Jam Gram. It says, last night I used the disguise errors provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Aw, man. What are they doing, a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So, more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Nice. Not every old map is a treasure map. Well, every map leads to some treasure, even if it's like Google Maps. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance of town. And if we follow it,
Carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. Grand's put explosives in Town Square, and she's gonna cause like a terrorist attack mid like festival. I don't think I was punished for swearing, but yeah, I don't think a soapy mouth will help unless you want to be sick and not go to school. Yeah, but Thundergone, I was homeschooled. Also, like eating soap doesn't really make you sick from what I learned as like a kid. It just tastes bad, and aside from making you want to throw up and also giving you like bad number 2, it doesn't really do anything. Like it wouldn't keep you from going to school. But when I was given the choice between punishments, it was soapy mouth or depending on like what the swear words I used and what the context was they were used in. Like the choice between soapy mouth and being beaten, I would take soapy mouth every time over being beaten, even if it meant I had to like basically eat soap for an hour. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rolo? That doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on the map has the same symbols as those explosives. So it's not hiding treasure? I don't know. I would consider finding explosives treasure. It's like those guys who end up digging up like old World War II mortars. A real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Oh, gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. A big gulp. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. See, Rolo's on board. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. Uh-oh. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
No, I heard it too. if you ever found a hidden room or space, what would you use it for? I wouldn't, because I don't have a need to hide my ABDL stuff. Like, I literally have that in an open room, as well as just, like, diapers downstairs. So I would probably use it as just, like, a secret escape, like, play cave or something. So, like, have different play stuff in it than, like, my normal room. To be like, do you want to go to the secret room? Just for fun. Oh, turn it into, like, a secret, like, little play/movie theater. Where, like, the TV is, like, the size of, like, the wall. And, like, from one edge of the wall to the other, just carpeted with, like, pillows and mattresses. That'd be cool. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Someone's upstairs. Quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
Ugh. Fucking shit.
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Okay, so it's like the weird squirrel dude who was like, did your gran send me the jam? I will sell the jam, like in a really conspicuous way.
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo! I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh. Guess
Willow
it's nothing.
shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Don't fart. Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
What a hero! Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? We know who it is.
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. What a hero. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that guy? Are you a murderer?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. Yeah, he just like knocked him down and hopefully he fell down the stairs.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver? Yeah, we know it was the weird jam guy.
Chapter 7.
Oh, nice. Apparently, at some point, my camera died going through this, so that's fine. But apparently, I'm very tired, and this is, according to Twitch, I've been streaming for an hour 55. It's a little early, but I also started early. So I'm going to go take a nap in my nice fresh onesie, and then I'm going to go shoot my YouTube video. Anyway. Thank you guys for coming. It's been a very short stream. I don't know why. My streams are, like, very random lately. But Thank you all. I will see you all next week. I love you. Bye-bye. It is time for a fucking nap.